Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I've got my chatty boo over here. Oh my god, baby girl. Turn down my test. Obviously, you can hear me because I could hear me. She wants me outside. She's been meowing. What a way to start the day, huh? I got 5 hours of sleep. I woke up 20 minutes ago. So, yeah, we're off running. How is your days going? How are your days going? Welcome in to anybody joining. And I'm looking over at my door and I just have this tiny little tail peeking because I have it open. The steam train is going by, so I got that in the background. Yeah, my plan for today is to start off with a very simplified cartography image, and you guys some light, of the continent of Africa. Oh, it's gonna, unless I put a ton of detail in here, it's gonna be very easy. And I apologize for my breathing noises. I always struggle to breathe through my nose, but today I am a bit stuffed up, so it's gonna be harder. Yeah. All I really have planned, creativity-wise, is I have the 05, which I normally use for lining, so I'll use that for that, and the outer border. And then I have a 03 I want to use for the smaller detailing. Oops. No, can't drop that. I have the oil diffuser. I haven't used it in quite a while, but it's still there. Just fell off the side table. I haven't really got out any of my materials, but because the image itself is more of a brown paper rather than the usual yellowish color palette that I use, I'm going to do the incredibly watery, either this here or this one here. And I'm going to use that to give the colored effect, the aged look to my page. Yeah, I got that planned as I can be. I've got not much else really thought-wise. But regardless, what are you up to today? Are you working around the house? Are you working on some creative endeavors like myself? Are you taking this time to just chill with the family? And you have me open for view time, which I appreciate. I'm mostly, as I've said before, but if you're new here, I'm not doing anything to the level of perfection. I'm not trying for perfection. I'm not even trying for pretty in some cases. I'm doing these streams to encourage you to do whatever it is you want to do, even if you're not good at it, even if you're just starting out and you're stumbling. That's fine. I'm here to give you that time and that opportunity to focus on what you want to do. I want you to get the words on the page if you're writing. I want you to put pencil to paper if you're drawing. That's my main drive in doing these streams. I like to do this little warm-up chat and give you guys time to compose yourself and get your water, go to the bathroom if you need to, if you're coming over from anybody else's streams. I'm going to take a moment, hopefully today the mouse works. I'm just going, yay, so far so good. Knock on wood that we don't jinx myself. But the comment I'm got pinned is where you can find who else is streaming throughout the week, any of that stuff. There it is. That if you follow that link, it'll take you over to who else in the AuthorTube community is there. And I've recently found, so I'm having a brain moment. Let's see if I can get it to. There's another thing, like the reason I do my stream earlier in the day is there is the Sunday scribes for the SEA, for the artwork, and they do their streams on Sunday. And today's, because I'd have to go through, just doing a little bit of jumping around with this couple minutes while we wait for it to start. I will add it to the chat, but this one won't be pinned. It is a list of the upcoming projects that they do for their streams, and they stream in the evening. Well, I say stream, but it's more of a Discord, and they do classes teaching you how to do different techniques. And this week is flat gilding. And for anybody who has been here before, sorry for the clinking noises, flat gilding is essentially what I have done when I add the gold to my work. Because I don't use any kind of glue or resins to create the upper detailing. Like here, you can see I've got the gold. If I turn it this way, there's no differentiating, there's no definition on the work. That's essentially what I believe flat gilding to be, because that's what it sounds like and makes sense to me. Oh yeah, they'll be doing that tonight. But I'm going to get right into the music and probably giving Panda snuggles. She's having some crunchies right now. Either way, whatever you are working on today, I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Here we are again. Hello, Heather. Hello, Jenna. Welcome, guys. I am feeling the drowsy, but at the same time, it's like, no, keep yourself awake. You got 5 hours, almost. That's good enough. As you saw, we had our Snuggle butt came in. Got her snuggle on. She's been meowing at me the whole hour and a bit that I've been awake. So, had to get some snuggles out of her. Since I can't go outside with her right now. But what did you guys get up to during that? And no, it's not another 35-minute. It's the timer hasn't gone into loop, even though I set it up to loop. So, slapping on the loop. And going back over here to throw on this guy. Bring us down to about 5 minutes. Yeah, what did you guys get up to? There we go. I'm putting a lot more detail into this than I thought I would. There's a couple images that, like this weird one down here, close to, it looks like it says Genoa. It actually looks like a greyhound to me, but I don't have any idea about what other animals are around there. And then to the south of that is like a lion. We got this waterway that looks like an arch. So I'm having an interesting time. Each one of the tiny little lines I'm putting around the edge of the design is actually a city or a town. It's a name on the map. Like the entirety of the African continent during the Middle Ages was recognized as having a port along the edge of it, or a city within, I guess, a day's ride. I'm looking at that. Yeah. I haven't blown my nose yet. I probably should, but oh well. Until then, it's just the usual mouth breathing. I'm just doing a stretch. So if stretching is contagious as much as yawn is, enjoy your stretch. Panda has either gone to lay down or she's gone outside through the window. But my wind chimes and the steam train were too loud, so I closed the door beside the desk. Yeah, so I know I'm going to continue on with this, obviously, because that's the whole point of me doing the medieval art, is to do the art. I'm going to continue on with that, and probably do up some Pop-Tarts, Pizza Pops. I got a whole bunch of them on sale, because I've decided I'm not spending money in July, or June, I mean, or July if I'm lucky. But last week I got a huge grocery order, $400, but I have enough food to last me the entirety of June. So, fingers crossed that I do not go over, that I don't need to place any more orders. I've got a bunch of tea if I want anything flavored to drink. I was counting the numbers, and it has been roughly 80 days since I last had anything that wasn't water or Pedialyte. So that's good, but it's boring. I had a granola bar so I can take my medication, but I should have some more water as well. If you are working digitally and you've been here for the 45 minutes working on anything, make sure you've saved your progress. I see that Heather has been hanging out with Hubs and cooling off. I'm guessing it's pretty warm where you are. It's kicking up in heat here, but you know, not as warm as some places south of me. And then chicken in the oven, nice. I spoiled myself and got some shredded rotisserie chicken, which is in my freezer. And because it was the $1.49 deal day last week, so I got myself like 700 grams of sliced chicken breast, and I've only got 4 more slices to go. I've had a sandwich basically every day, and the toasted bread shredded my mouth. But texturally, I can't eat non-toasted. It's also subconscious because when I was in early years of high school, one of my older brothers got a loaf of Wonder Bread from the gas station, and when he brought it home and I put some in the toaster for breakfast, the toaster sparked and there was fire because there was metal in the bread. So ever since then, I can't have untoasted bread, even if it's bread I made myself, which is actually the bread I just finished up. So that's my food ramble. You can tell I should probably eat something more than the granola bar I had with my pill. Either way, even if I don't eat, I should have some water. You should have some water. If you have not got up and stretched, done any of that good stuff, I'm just going to be over here wondering. There we go. Now our timer is where it should be. It looks like I'm going to have a fun day with the timers. Either way, I'm going to... Sorry for the yawn. I know they're contagious too. But I'm going to get my butt back into gear. Whatever you're doing for the day, I hope you're enjoying yourself. It can be boring, but we do what we have to, right? Right? So, as I've said, whatever you're working on today, have fun with it. I will see you in 34 and a half minutes. once again, the timer is basically saying, screw you, hippie, I don't want to do what you want to do. I have the loop on, so I don't know why it just keeps like looping one. I have the full loop, which means both videos. Oh, tech nonsense. Getting my stretch in. I'm almost done. I did way more detailing than what I penciled in. As I said in the last break, for those coming in afterwards, every line around the edge of this continent it's a name, it's a place. Every one of those squiggles is a city. Not that you can really see it, but now that Panda's not on screen, I can turn on some light. Yeah, every single one of these scribbles is a place name that they knew about in Africa. There's a lot of hills on this map, and mountains and craziness, and I'll just get out a stretch here and then make my way over to chat, and we can see what you guys have been up to. We were joined by Adeshale and Gabriella. Sorry if I'm putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. But yeah, during that stream, I also gave you guys a glimpse, for those that weren't here, for last week's my drum battle between the characters in the corner of the page. Just doing my torso twists, because even though I've only been awake for about 2.5 hours, not even, I gotta get a little bit of movement, because the first thing I did was sit down at a desk. So Adeshale is working on their fantasy novel. Jenna is working on some final tasks for the book launch. That's exciting. Woo! Coming up quick. And Heather's been doing some self-care chat I'm looking at. Oh, not self-care. I've been in chat Discord working with cover designer. Nice. So also getting a step closer to some publications. After I finish this up, you know what I'll do. Actually, yeah, I don't think I'm going to spend another 30 minutes on this. But in 30 minutes, we have, I'm just going to go over to the list here, make sure they're still on. Should be Tracy the Revised Writer. No, Tracy canceled. Okay, I will be continuing on, because on the playlist that I have pinned at the top of the chat, currently also working on stuff is Creative Sprints. And then we have coming up right now, I'm just going to click and see if they're actually live, because there's no link on the chat, but let's see when they last did their streams. Yep, coming up in about 1 minute, we have Morgan Hazelwood. They're showing as being online. At 2 o'clock was canceled, but at 3 Eastern, 6 p.m. or 3 Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, will be Somber Honey Books. And 2 hours after that, we got the Word Nerds, and we'll say 5 hours from now will be Amy Prokopis with their writing stream. So there are more sprints coming up. As I said, I didn't find it. I got distracted. Yay. Yay, ADHD brain. I'm over on my Facebook trying to grab the information for those. Oh, there it was. Sunday night with the Scribes. At 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time on the art side of things. Sunday night with the Scribes will be doing their guide to flatwork gilding. So as I said at the very start of the stream, we've got an example of it is, I come over to see if you guys are on, how I have the gold here, but absolutely no difference between the page height or detailing, because usually when you see gilding they use a glue or a resin to get a raised edge so you have some texture. I think that's what flat gilding is. So that is coming up tonight with the Scribal team over at Sunday with the Scribes. They, as far as I know, they operate on Discord and Zoom. But I'm going to put in the comment section the link if anyone is interested in going and learning from them. And of course it's too freaking long. Ugh. That means I have to actually click on the link, click on the heading, all the fun of copy paste, copy. No, it's still showing up as 90. Screw that. Don't you hate when you copy something and it just goes with the old one, which is like 500 character long link, and you're just going, no, I only want this little bit. Thank you muchly. There we go. Yeah, so if anybody wants to check out more about the Sunday with the Scribes, that is where you can put yourself down a little rabbit hole. And again, this freaking timer, I don't know what is up with my media player. Like, if I could throat punch a computer, I would throat punch a computer. There's my ramble. There's a link. As I said, we do have others coming up with my stomach growling. After this, I definitely need some food. But yeah, I will do a quick poll. You guys tell me if you want to wrap it up or keep going for another hour afterwards. We will decide. Actually, you know me. We're going to do one more after this one. We'll do this plus one more. If you guys migrate, flutter around, that's all fine. But I just didn't want to step on any of the other author tubers' toes by going over too much. Yeah. I hope your day is going good so far. If you're heading off to bed, I hope you get good sleep. But for now, let's get ourselves over into some writing or drawing or house care or self-care or whatever you need. I'll see you guys in 35. on another break. What did you guys get up to? My crazy ass used too much water to try and get the paint spread around. So it kind of buckled. But luckily, because this is the 300 GSM paper, it's thick. There's no there's a little bit of buckling, but no actual damage. But yeah, this is what I finished up from today's art side of things, and I've moved into the Excel document. And I've got a kitten. Hi, baby. Oh yes, tiny meows, tiny meows. Getting some tail sketches while she rubs her face. Hi, baby. What you doing, boo? You're so pretty. Yeah, I love you. Oh, indeed. Hello. What you up to? Well, yeah, we got a cute kitty circling my butt. Luckily, she hasn't clawed it to get my attention, because I sit on a stool, which means this booty overhangs. Hi, kitten. I'm just laughing because Jenna is being turned into a jungle gym for Loki, which means either it's time for dinner or it's time for the snugs. Get all them snuggles. Hi, you. At least Panda's not mad at me. Her tail's in the perfect little question mark on the ground. Oh, God, I love her so much. Anyway, cuteness aggression aside. Jenna also has the kitty goodness. I like that you have put some food in your mouth hole, because mine is still sitting in the microwave waiting for me to get it out. But I have physical hunger pains going right now, like the stomach cramping nonsense. I'm just taking a moment to take a swig of water. I see Jenna was out of town, so she's being lectured, also having the scent reasserted. Get that smell back all over you. Did you enjoy yourself this weekend, Jenna? Did you have a great time? Did it feel something inside of you? Get your heart going, yay! Yeah, I saw for Friday, Saturday. I was so close to doing a pop-up on Friday night, and then my body and my brain were just like, Sunday's more than you can handle already. And Deshalé is enjoying some coconut rice with carrots and baked chicken. Nice. Asking for another round. Yes, that can get added onto the list of delicious future endeavors. Jenna got to do a walk across a lake on a bridge. That sounds very soul enriching. I used to live near a place here in BC called Mill Lake, and it has a great walking path around it. There's one corner section that has a bridge that goes over it, and there's lily pads and turtles and ducks, and it is so nice. And as much as I miss it, I miss my aunt more, because she's who I go walking with, but yeah. Yeah, Mill Lake is one of those ones that there's kind of a myth, but it's actually real. Back when there was a mill there, one of the trains loaded with logs derailed and went into the water. And there is so much duck shit in that lake, they couldn't find the train. So all I could do is hope that anybody on board escaped, but that was back in the early 1900s. where I grew up actually was one of those towns that was a lake, and they pumped it out so that the town could be there. So there's still occasionally flooding that happens because of the Sumas River, which is connected to Sumas, Washington. Yeah, and exactly. Drowning in shit does get a new meaning, whereas I really, really hope they got out of the train. Yeah, even to this day, they cannot find that train, and it's been over 100 years since it went under. Oh. It's not surprising then when my dad's remote control boat went under, even though it was only 3 feet from shore. We never found that boat. Yeah, fun times. I will give you guys a quick rundown in case anybody's running away. Coming up next week, we're dealing with the macabre. Got a little taste of the morbid, the deathly. And I went with a skeleton playing a harp. And I'm pretty sure that harp is made out of bone and intestines. Because it's macabre. But the image I took it from has a bunch of different skeletons just having a jam fest. That is what I will be working on next Sunday. I'll be drawing that. But yeah, I said it didn't turn out too bad. I had to be a bit more consistent with the color than... Sorry for all the zoom in stuff. If you have motion sickness like me, I am so sorry for all these movements. But then it's different than from when I do stuff like this, where the background has got color spots and texture to it. This was more of a matte color because the map image I used is just a discolored paper. There's no spotches. Yeah, that is next week's. We got a macabre. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll be looking at the bestiary, which is the odd critters that you see throughout medieval manuscripts. That one's in 2 weeks. For now, I am in my big-ass book of Sims characters, also known as the visual for my story characters. Got that going. Later on, I'm going to do my first of the month body measurements, which doesn't matter how much I work out, how well I eat. My body has not changed more than like a fluctuation between a 10-pound range and half an inch or like 2 centimeters between, like that's the range my body has changed. So it's very, very hard not to just say fuck it all. But still, I'm putting the numbers down, keeping track of how much I'm not changing, because when it comes time to talk to a doctor, gotta have that shit. All right. So I'm not sure what else you guys are up to, but this is going to be the final sprint. I'll bring the clock back to 35 minutes. And that'll get us for 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, which allows for, if anybody's going to go check out Somber Honey. And it also gives you a break time between them, Word Nerds, and Amy Prokopoulos. So you do have options today. Yay! But as I say each time, whatever you're working on, I hope you're having fun with it. I'm going to at least get one of these characters done. And then I'm going to go... And tomorrow I will have the video edited. Tuesday, it, as well as the image, will be uploaded. So you can check out the image over on Instagram if you're over there. If you're part of the Scribetober group over on Facebook, it will also be added to its album on Tuesday. So that will be up and running. If you're sticking it out with me, I'm glad you're here. And I will see you in 35. Well, that is that on my end of things. I'm gonna finish up the character that I'm working on. But I'm just turning off the timer. Thank you so much to everybody who was here with me, and especially those who chatted and engaged, so I had something to interact with. Miss Sassy Bottom has returned. She just came home. I heard her little put up as she jumped inside. But I have a happy tummy. I've taken my numbers. Well, I haven't done the measurements. I took the scale. Yeah. Great example of the yo-yo from month to month. It was like, oh look, I lost 4 pounds, I gained 5. I lost 4, I gained 3. This month is the one that there was no loss, just gain. So I'm sitting up here getting ever so much closer to 350 and trying to ignore it. Like I said, my physical measurements don't change, and that's really the key thing. The gain isn't all muscle, but I have been using my weights more often, doing barbell and dumbbell. All so that I can get to the point where I can hold Panda without my back wanting to scream within 5 minutes. Just trying to get stronger for the kitten. Because as it is right now, when I'm holding her, I set her on the desk. So, I can hold her for her 13 to 30 minutes that she likes. But I want to be able to just cradle her in my arm and not feel like I have to put her down. I don't have to set her down on the desk in front of me, or if I'm sitting on the bed, I don't have to lay down underneath her, so she's basically on my face so I can be comfortable. I'm trying to strengthen my back. That is my key, get the stronger arms, get the stronger back, because I used to have zero problem holding 50 pounds for 10 minutes at a time. And now it's fuck getting older. I know it's better than the alternative, but fuck. It'd be nice if the body was a little bit gentler on me. But it's my own fault. I did a lot of activities when I was younger, physical activities, including walking for 16 plus hours a day with hills and all that craziness. And I walked at one point, I guess it would be 18 miles or 40 kilometers on a broken foot. By the time I reached my campsite for that night, I was like, oh God, I can finally take my shoes off and rest. And there was my foot just kind of flopping in half. And I'd walked for however long on that broken foot. I've done stupid shit like that for 20 years. So it's no wonder that my body is very, very angry as it gets older. So for today's tasks, I also have, and there goes the steam drain, but I also have to finish at least setting up the first week of my June journal. I haven't even done the food diary yet. Didn't even think about that. I've only been able to really do one spread at a time over the last 3 days. This attention span is just, fuck you, kind of nonsense. So, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to finish up my character. As I said, I'm not going to put on a timer. Coming up in 2 minutes, we'll just go over to the list and give it a look. Make sure they're actually still going live. I've been talking about it, so hopefully. Yep, still showing up on the schedule. We got Somber Honey coming up next. I will put that into the chat box. If anybody wants to make their way over, continue their activity for the day or evening. I'm ready to veg, but I've told myself to finish this frickin' thing. Because I'm struggling to do my writing. I gotta, kick my own ass into gear. All right, I am rambling at this point. Trying to give Adeshale a chance to get out of lurk mode, but if not, oh well, like I said. Glad I could be here for you guys. I'm glad I could fill the gap. I hope you feel accomplished, whatever you got done today, or fulfilled at the very least. And if you're not feeling so good about how your day's going, just remember, it's never about perfection, and it's always about progress. So no matter how it feels like things might be spiraling, take a step back out of that doom spiral and take a chance to look at your life or your situation and how you would think about it as an outsider, how you would think about it if it wasn't you inside of it, and what you would say to those people or tips you would give them to help them get through it. So, on that upbeat, on that note of encouragement, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourself with me and enjoyed our little lo-fi chill and create. And I will see you all, hopefully, next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care of yourselves in the meantime. Bye.